I was really struggling with math, and the teachers supported me so much through it. And I just found, yeah, now my confidence with math has increased so much, as now I'm in high school and I'm in advanced math. And so that just shows how helpful the school was with my confidence and just in general with my education.
I'm Glenn Herbert, and I'm an editor with Our Kids. We're speaking with insiders from Canada's leading private schools to gain insights into their programs, culture, traditions, and leadership. This includes insights from parents, alumni, and administrators. This is the Our Kids Insider Perspective.
I found the thing that I appreciated most at Montcrest were the teachers. The teachers were so wonderful, and they helped me through anything, honestly, whether it was my education and my struggles with math, as I was struggling with math at the time when I first joined Montcrest. But they also helped me with my struggles with my friendships. And from there, I felt like I could go to them with anything if I was struggling with anything, and they would give the best advice. And I found that our special bond is still so tight to this day. As I still see them, sometimes I bump into them on the sidewalk and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's you. And yeah, that bond I created with those teachers was so special to me. And it's the exact same as it was when I was at Montcrest. Even though I'm in high school now, I still, first when I see them and I hug them, I'm like, wow, this feels exactly the same. And I'm just so grateful I had such great teachers at the time. So, yeah. I feel what differentiates the school from others are the clubs and the opportunities that are given through them. So, wow, there are so many extracurriculars and clubs you can take at Montcrest. For example, I remember in grade 4, I joined craft club. I joined what was it? Oh, drama club. I joined Montcrest Singers. There are so many clubs, and honestly, they helped me become who I am today. They opened up a whole pathway to my interests and talents, and I am so grateful I got to have the opportunity to do them. So honestly, the clubs there are so amazing, and they also help me develop so many skills that I use to this day. For example, in grade 8, I was the assembly captain. And so that's where I would speak with a microphone to the whole entire school and give weekly updates of what's going on. And so I found that that definitely helped me develop leadership skills, public speaking skills, so many skills that I use to this day. And I'm so grateful they were given to me at Montcrest. So yeah. Adventurous. So I found that the school really showed their adventurousness through the field trips that were given. So I found that at my time at Montcrest, so from grade 4 to grade 8, I went on so many field trips. It was so amazing. For example, I went to Europe in grade 8. Like, who does that in grade 8? It was so fun and such an amazing, cool experience. Honestly, you learn so much through these field trips. And yeah, I just remember every time I would come home and tell my parents everything that I learned. I was like, this was so crazy. And I would even tell my friends from my previous schools. I would tell them like, yeah, I went here and went here. And they're like, oh my gosh, what? Why are you going there? How are you going to these places? So the field trips were so special. Yeah. And so I think another personality trait would be the energy. The energy at Montcrest was so amazing. You just walk into that school, and I felt like I felt that energy hit me every day, every morning. I would feel like I was ready to learn. The teachers just made learning so much fun, and I was just ready to learn every day. I also found that they also were just so they also did activities in the morning too, so that was awesome and just got you ready to learn. The last personality trait I would say this school has, if it were a person, would be the kindness. This kindness at the school was so special to me. everyone was so nice there. The teachers were nice, the staff were nice, the people were nice. So many people were nice there, and I found that, for example, Montcrest, every day you'd walk into school, the teachers and staff would greet you. So they greet you with a nice big smile, and I found that, first of all, enhanced our relationship, or enhanced my relationship with the school and my connection with the school, just by the teachers, waving in the morning and greeting people to come in. And they did this all year round. So I found that was so special and so amazing for them to do. So yes, adventurous, energy, kindness, all amazing personality traits. And it just gave me more reasons on why I love the school so much. So at Montcrest, there would be big classes, small classes, maybe medium classes. But I was, for example, in the small classes for a couple of years as I was struggling with math, and I felt like I just needed extra support from my teachers. And so being in the small classes were so helpful to me, not only for my education, but also for my friendships. I was able to create such tight bonds. And as well in big classes too. You can do this easily in both classes. And so I found that the friendships I created through the small classes and my special bond with my teachers was so amazing. And I am so grateful for that. So I found that was just one of the many things that connected me as a student to the school. I found another thing is like the sports and extracurricular activities that the school provided. Like I mentioned before, so many clubs, and it really just helped you to develop who you are as a person, and also your just like how you feel about Montcrest. Like it just connected you so much to the school through taking on these opportunities and being a part of the community. And lastly, I found that also the staff, they help facilitated friendships. So I found that was super helpful. When I first came to Montcrest, I had no friends. I was just a fresh new student, didn't know anyone. But the teachers were so helpful, and they helped create my special friendships with my people. And my best friend that I met at Montcrest is still my best friend to this day. And so thanks to the teachers there, I would have never met my best friend if it wasn't for them. I believe the school values at Montcrest were, first of all, the building of confidence in the students. I find that from when I was in grade 4 at Montcrest and to now in high school in grade 10, my confidence has increased so much because of Montcrest. Through doing things like assembly captain, like I mentioned before, it enhanced my leadership skills, my public speaking skills, my confidence. And that just leads me to my next point about how the recognition of the different learning styles of different students was also one of the many values that the school had and still has. And so, I just found that I learned differently when it came to subjects, and I learned that it was perfectly normal. I also learned how other people, their different learning styles too. So, those two things I think were really valued at the school. I think what students and families might find surprising about the school is the field trips. So again, I mentioned the field trips, but specifically, we go to Europe. Yes, so there's a Europe trip in grade 8 and in grade 7. It depends on the year, I think, but basically, there's an opportunity given to go to Europe in grade 8, which is insane, because usually you'd have that, I don't know, in grade 12 in high school and further on. And so, I found that was super surprising when I joined Montcrest. I'm like, oh my gosh, you can go to Europe. And I did. I did go to Europe in grade 8, and the opportunity was so wonderful. I learned so many things, and that trip will forever be close to my heart. I will forever hold it close to my heart because it's a rare opportunity to have in grade 8. So Yeah, and I think also just again, everyone is so friendly, and but more specifically, the teachers would greet you every morning, and usually not many schools do that. They don't. I mean, I don't. I don't know. I don't find that. My other previous schools did that, but Montcrest, the teachers and the staff would greet you every morning, welcome you inside the school, make you feel safe, make you feel comfortable. And just make you feel like you're gonna have a good day. And they did that all year round, and it really just gave me, yeah, another reason on why I love the school so much. Um, and lastly, the classes were small, so you really get to know the teachers and create a special bond with them. And yeah, you can go to them about anything if you're struggling with anything. I know I did. So I think, yeah, those three things were, I guess, kind of surprising. So I found my experience at this school has really shaped the way I am today for so many different reasons. But I guess to narrow it down, I would say just the skills I developed at the school were amazing, and I still carry them with me in high school today. But yeah, for example, again, I was assembly captain. I was also an announcement captain, where I was able to speak over the intercom and give updates every morning with also other students by my side. And so, yeah, we were just able to give like jokes of the day, extracurricular activity updates, and all that. And so, just by doing that one club, I developed confidence skills, socializing skills, so many different skills that are still with me because of that opportunity. I also found that asking for help from teachers is so important. And I found, yeah, Montcrest really taught me that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for questions. They always reminded me, like, hey, come up to me, let me know if you ever am struggling with it or anything. And so I have now taken that advice and brought it with me to high school. And so now I'm in high school and I'm not afraid to ask questions. I want the teachers to know who I am. I want the teachers to just, yeah, get to know me. And so I just definitely feel a lot more confident with asking questions and know that it's perfectly normal and perfectly okay to do so. Honestly, I think the only thing that could have made my experience just a bit better at Montcrest, well, was first of all, in grade eight, that's when the pandemic hit. And so, of course, the pandemic took away so many awesome opportunities for us by the end of the year. So we had no graduation party. We had no trip to Quebec. I think that was our end of the year trip to Quebec or something like that. Um, and so, yeah, I know just all of Montcrest was bummed out because the pandemic took away so many awesome opportunities for us. But that's okay. It was no one's fault. And I just hope, yeah, I don't know. I just hope future students will have a graduation party and enjoy that feeling. But other than that, yeah, I still, of course, really enjoyed my time at Montcrest, and they made it still so enjoyable even throughout the pandemic. My perspective of Montcrest has definitely evolved over time. As now that I'm in high school, honestly, my friends and I still say to this day that we wish it was a high school. It was hard. It was really hard leaving the school. I loved it so much, and I guess yeah, I just wish it was a high school. I miss it. But I also think, of course, I appreciated the influence it has on my life to this day, and I find that it just going to the school has reflected in my success in high school today for so many different reasons. Again, the confidence, the opportunities I had at the school has really built up and has changed the way I am today as a person. And I'm super happy with myself, super happy with how I'm doing in high school. And that's all because of Montcrest. Well, first of all, I think the first reason is I found that the school really gives the opportunity to bring out the best in your child. And I say that because I experienced exactly that. I found that, well, when I first came to Montcrest, I honestly struggled with anxiety and I struggled with math and other subjects. And so I was a super nervous child going into a whole brand new school. Um, but once I think around like a week or 2 weeks later into attending the school, I felt so comfortable and I found my happy place. and I learned to be myself and learn that it's okay. It's perfectly like you learn to be yourself. Teachers tell you to be yourself, show your true colors. And so that's what I did. And I brought that piece with me. I brought that advice with me into high school. And so now I feel just being comfortable, being in my own shoes, being me. I also found that the school gives you a foundation for strong study habits and work ethic. I think at one point you take a course called Learning Strategies, or at least that's the subject I took. And so that basically that course teaches you how to study really well. And as we know it in high school, you have to be very wise on time management and studying habits. And so I found that Montcrest covered all of that. I also find that Montcrest has a zero tolerance for bullying, and there's just so much kindness in the school. I found that I just overall had an amazing experience there, and I just highly suggest considering coming here. So, yeah. Well, first of all, it will be okay. Do not stress. I was a super nervous child. I struggled with anxiety. I struggled with math. And I was so nervous when coming to Montcrest. And it took me about, I would say, around 2 weeks to get settled into the school and get to know the environment, get to know the people, the teachers. And once those 2 weeks settled in, I just felt like I clicked with the school. It was just so amazing, and I just felt so safe and comfortable within the school. They made it so welcoming and so amazing. And it's actually funny because a student that my parents were talking to before I entered Montcrest, the student was basically saying how they were also really nervous when coming to Montcrest, just because whatever reason it's can be scary moving to a new school. But they said within 2 weeks, just like me, they were really starting to like it. And of course, when my parents told me that, I didn't believe it. I didn't believe that, oh, I'm going to settle in. It's going to be fine. But once I actually did settle in within 2 weeks, I fell in love with the school. And so I found that was super amazing and super special. I think it's just another advice is to ask for help. Remember to always ask for help. Teachers love when you ask them for help. They want to help you. That's what they're there for. And Montcrest really did an amazing job at that. And, I was struggling with math, and now I'm in high school. I'm in advanced math, and I'm doing great. It's honestly like one of my favorite subjects right now, which is crazy. But they help me out so much. And so, I'm succeeding in high school because of that. Well, first of all, I struggled with learning, and I found that Montcrest seriously helped me out through that. I'm now in high school, I'm succeeding, and I found that Montcrest did such an amazing job at supporting me and helping with my subjects with that I was struggling with. I also think, overall, Montcrest is such an amazing school. I consider it as my second home, as the connection I have there is like no other with any other school I've been to. And so, honestly, an amazing school. And I really think you should consider you coming here, whether it's the families that are considering it or the student is considering it. I would just consider coming here because this is such a great school. And I am happy to say that Montcrest has changed my life.
For more information about this school, you can visit their profile at ourkids.net.